Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight? Well, we can do better than that. You were a lot louder at 4th of July. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start this meeting exactly at 6:31 p.m. And let me get to my place here. Sorry. I would like to call to order the meeting of the council meeting on July 17, 2023. I welcome all of you here tonight for our city council meeting in which we conduct the business of the city. And I want to remind everyone that per the city's rules for decorum, all speakers, members of the public, and audience, and council members are to conduct themselves with decorum and not to engage in conduct that interrupts the orderly conduct of the meeting, please. Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight we are very pleased to have once again one of our proud veterans, William Carroll, Army Specialist 4th Class E4, conduct the Pledge of Allegiance for us tonight. Army Sergeant, if you please, come forward. You're under his direction on the Pledge of Allegiance, so we will follow him.
Please stand. Good evening. All active military, veterans, law enforcement, and first responders, render a hand salute. All others, place your right hand over your heart. You may begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If you please stay. Thank you very much, Will. The City of Laverne Certificate of Recognition presented to William Carroll. The certificate is presented on behalf of the Laverne City Council to Army Specialist William Carroll with sincere gratitude and appreciation for your years of dedicated service to our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Ramirez, also. Another round of applause, guys, please. Roll call, Mr. Domer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And real quick, we do have two members that are not in the chambers, so therefore everything will be a roll call voice vote tonight. So for those in the member, Councilmember Johnson.
Here.
Councilmember Lau. Those away, Councilmember Cashafogita.
Here, I'm present. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Crosby.
Here.
And Mayor Hepburn.
Present. We have some business to attend to tonight, Mr. Domer. Is that correct? We are mayor appointment and mayor pro tem rotation. Tonight is our annual mayor and mayor pro tem selection, which occurs on the anniversary of the prior selection, as we are now district voting. Prior to this item, I want to call for public comments, so if you want to speak on this item, please come up to the podium or raise your hand if you are watching remotely via Zoom. So if we have any speakers, please come up to the podium. Ms. Beauchamp. Just state your name, please, and your address.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. Danita Beauchamp, 2516 Amherst Street. I would like to say on behalf of many of the residents of Laverne, since our vote was taken away from us, not by choice, that the council respect the wishes of the residents to keep Mayor Tim Hepburn as the current mayor to continue on for another term. In my opinion, it should be for 3 additional years because a mayor term would have been 4 if it had remained an at-large elected position. So I think you can't find an elected official that's going to agree with you 100%, but Mayor Hepburn agrees with the residents on the issues that are important. Camp Alphabet Page and this homeless housing project, you've been on the right side of the fight. You've been shoulder to shoulder with the residents. You've been to the rallies and the meetings, and you show how much you really care about our city. So I really wish that the council would take that into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beauchamp. Anyone else like to speak on this issue? Ms. Berry.
Excuse my untidy appearance. Tonight I did not plan on coming, but I'm here. So I would like to say I'm going to second keeping Mayor Hepburn in place. Just thinking of not only the issues we're in right now with the 740 project and just taking the lead way out of this room. And there is no one on council that has even come close to not just pointing the residents to the city website to keep up with things that are going, but those Minute with the Mayor videos, the pictures, the things that you keep us, it's not just a boring page that we got to go look for. And we appreciate that. But we mostly appreciate how you are in touch with what's going on, taking the lead, making those phone calls, getting on those long meetings that are way beyond this room. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Ms. Berry. Anyone else? Anybody online? No. We're going to go ahead and close public comment. And I'd like to introduce our city clerk, Lupe Estrella, who will call the nominations for mayor. Is that correct?
Thank you, Mayor Hutner. All right. I now call for nominations for mayor.
I've got, if I may. Go ahead. And I really appreciate the comments from Ms. Beauchamp and Ms. Berry. But the natural rotation would be that Mayor Pro Tem Rick Crosby would be the next in line, and that's who I am going to put for the nomination right now, is Mayor Rick Crosby, Mayor Pro Tem Rick Crosby.
Okay, I have a nomination for Rick Crosby for mayor. Do I have a second?
I think, is there any speaking on this? Rick has his hand up. Mr. Crosby.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Mayor. When I ran for City Council 3 years ago, I ran for City Council, and I know that these rules have changed since I've been on the council, but I do believe that I do not want to accept the nomination. I do believe that my nomination would be for Mr. Hepburn to continue to be the mayor.
Okay, the nomination for Rick Crosby, he declined, and it was moved by Rick Crosby to appoint Mayor Hepburn as he continues to be the mayor for the city of Laverne. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
May I have a voice a vote, please?
No matter where he is, he's Vanna White.
Okay. All right, Cash, what's your vote? Verbal.
Can I? Yes.
Rick Crosby?
Yes.
Wendy Lau?
Yes.
Steve Johnson?
Yes, for Mayor Hepburn.
And Tim Hepburn.
Why not? Yes.
All right. Well, congratulations, Tim. Our new mayor is Tim Hepburn.
We now move on to the Mayor Pro Tem. Is that correct? Is there a motion for Mayor Pro Tem? I'll make the motion, and that would be Councilmember Wendy Lau would be Mayor Pro Tem. Do we have a second? Mr. Crosby?
Second that.
Then we vote.
I'll take the roll call on that. Councilmember Lau?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
No.
Councilmember Kesha-Figueira?
No.
Councilmember Crosby?
Yes.
Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
That vote passes 3-2 with Councilmember Johnson and Kesha-Figueira opposed.
Congratulations. Welcome. Tonight, we have 4 presentations. The first is introduction of newly hired police officers. Police Officer Francisco Valdez, please join me on the down on the floor. Congratulations. I want you to welcome Police Officer Francisco Valdez. Francisco was raised in Ontario. He worked in county jails for several years, where he gained a unique understanding of the challenges faced by people from various walks of life. His time in this role taught him the importance of kindness and fairness in dealing with others. He is eager to bring his passion, experience, and dedication to the Laverne community, striving to positively impact the lives of his fellow residents. Alongside his fiancée, Tracy. She's outside with my child. Oh, the one. She had to take the phone away and take him off of the video, and that's why he was not a happy camper. I know. My grandson does the same thing. It's crazy. And their son, Benjamin. Francisco is driven by his love for his family and his deep commitment to serving the community of Laverne. We welcome you. Thank you, Francisco, and welcome to the city of Laverne. Don't forget who put you here.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, indeed. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to the incredible city of Laverne, the outstanding Laverne Police Department, and my dear family. Your support means the world to me. I am fully dedicated to working tirelessly in order to keep Laverne safe. And I am grateful for the opportunity to contribute to a wonderful community. Thank you.
Would you like to bring her in for a picture? And your wife. She escaped? Let's get a picture of the family. Here. They went far. They went real far. Let's do this one and we'll do the picture after. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, well, we'll do the next one, please, because I think they escaped into the parking lot. Police Officer Brady Eklund, come on up. Brady was born in Portland, Oregon, and grew up in Sacramento, California. From an early age, he showed interest in working with others in a team setting. He was a child actor from the age of 8, where he learned valuable lessons in teamwork and professional communication. And what were you in?
Capri Sun commercial and Hot Wheels commercials.
There you go. Hey. And you ended up in Laverne. Brady moved to Upland, California when he was 10 years old and attended Upland High School. There, Brady worked at a news station and in sports broadcasting. After high school, he attended Azusa Pacific University, where he got 2 bachelor's degrees, one in media theory and the other in business marketing. After college, Brady attended the Rio Hondo Police Academy and graduated with Class 214. Despite his background in media production, he learned something vital about himself in college. His passion was being active and on his feet, helping people when they needed it. With everything going on in the political sphere and society at large, he knew that he could help many people. Brady's father and father before him were both police officers. Brady's passion for helping others and appreciation for the community led him to the city of Laverne, where he strives to be a good officer and serving the residents of Laverne. Welcome, Officer Brady Eklund.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to be here in the city of Laverne. I've been on the job for only 2 months, and I can say I'm in love with the city. I'm in love with the culture, and appreciate the endless support that I can already feel just being on the job for 2 months. And I obviously need to thank my family, who's unfortunately not able to make it this evening. But they've been without them I couldn't be here. So I wanted to thank them, and I can't wait to meet everybody as best I can in the city. So thank you very much.
Only in a good way. In a good way. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go to the family. Here. Let's take their picture. Let them get in, then we'll do one with Remember, 2-year-olds never turn the video off. Ever. Ever. Okay. Come on, whole family, let's go. Come on. It's a family community. Let's go. Everybody. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. We don't bite. Come on. Okay. Ready? Look at me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, council, let's hold it. Hold it. We want to get in with you guys. Come on. We like video stuff. Come on. We like social media.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now for our next presentation, I would like to recognize Good Samaritans Laverne residents Mike Wilson and Nick Harvey. Mr. Wilson and Mr. Harvey, please join us. On June 4th, 2023, Laverne Fire Department responded to a report of a 17-year-old drowning victim in a residential pool. Crews were notified that 2 neighboring Good Samaritans immediately rescued the victim from the bottom of the pool and immediately initiated CPR. On arrival, Laverne Fire Department firefighters and paramedics located an unconscious victim with life-threatening vital signs. However, due to the efforts of Mike Wilson and Nick Harvey and their quick actions as Good Samaritan rescuers, the victim had been revived enough for paramedics to assume care and ensure survival. The victim was ultimately released from the hospital with 0 permanent deficits. The City of Laverne and Fire Chief Chris Nigg are proud to recognize these 2 Laverne residents for their selfless, quick, and heroic actions. Additionally, we have Alex Aviniesan from the Senator Sunas Rubio's office to present a certificate. There we go. Come on up. Senator Rubio's office. There he is. He's here. Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex Alvanesian, and I'm with State Senator Susan Rubio's office. I'd just like to take a moment to thank these two individuals for their courageous actions in saving another person's life. Their selflessness is really a testament to their character and their willingness to help other people, so I just want to thank you guys again. And with that, on behalf of the California State Senate and Senator Susan Rubio, it is my honor to present you with the certificate in recognition of your selfless and brave actions in saving a life. Your dedication to the well-being of fellow community members is admirable and greatly appreciated. Your courage and commitment to helping others is awe-inspiring and sets an example to follow. Congratulations.
Let me read that for you guys. The City of Laverne Certificate of Recognition presented to Mike Wilson and also Nick Harvey is presented on behalf of the Laverne City Council for your life-saving efforts providing CPR to an individual in need. Your selfless, heroic actions truly exemplify the pride of Laverne for both of you. Thank you both very much.
Squeeze in here. Good evening, everybody. As Laverne's fire chief, I wanted to take this opportunity to speak operationally. At the end of the day, we as firefighters and paramedics do this line of work every single day, and it becomes fairly routine for us, unfortunately. Not everybody can jump into action in that moment when something as terrible as this is going on. So for you guys to just, without regard for yourselves, to jump in and save the life of another without any real formal training, quite frankly, is something to be very, very proud of. So I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to talk about the importance of being CPR trained and CPR qualified. So I did want to provide some stats in accordance with what happened here. 236,000 people die from drowning every single year. 2.5 million deaths over the past decade alone. Immediate CPR can double or triple the chances of survival after cardiac arrest, and it's not uncommon for upwards of 350,000 cardiac arrests to occur outside of the hospital each year. So knowing CPR, knowing how to locate and use an AED is incredibly important. They're available all over the place, frankly, in this day and age. But I highly recommend that everybody and in their families take the time to get educated and trained in CPR and be prepared at all times and be able to use it. So with that, coins behind you. For those of you who may or may not be familiar with challenge coins, the origins of challenge coins can be debated, but at the end of the day, the intent behind challenge coins is a signal or a sign of where you've been and accomplishments that you've had, or your allegiance to a mission. And as far as I'm concerned, your allegiance to not only this community, but a resident of this community and saving somebody's life was exemplified in this instance. So with that, when I first got to Laverne Fire, I wanted to find a way to highlight the above and beyond efforts of our personnel, whether that be in a life-saving event or just providing a better service to our community. So as such, this challenge coin says presented from the office of the fire chief on one side, and on the back side, presented for excellence, service before self. And I don't think that there's a situation that we could have presented these in otherwise, better otherwise.
Congratulations. Thank you guys very much.
If I could take one more opportunity. Captain Paramedic Kevin Wilton and Firefighter Paramedic Davis Cook, who were on the call that evening, I'd like for you guys to come up here and shake the hands of our two rescuers. It was because of these two bystanders that they were able to hand over a patient who was initially pulseless and apneic, at the time breathing and with a heartbeat by the time these two paramedics arrived. So that'd be a good opportunity for them to shake their hands. Picture time. Families, you guys want to come up and take a picture?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, come on up.
Somebody's phone. Absolutely. That's perfect. Yeah, it is. One, two, three.
Wait, don't move. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. We might have. Every council. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Another round of applause. Thank Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's stretch forward to it. Oh, wait, that's great. Right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you guys take yours.
We all live in Laverne. That's why.
It's a good photo. Send it to me. We'll post it.
Everyone here lives in Laverne. That's why. 1, 2, 3.
Didn't have to travel far.
Yes, no. Don't move yet. Right over here. Ready? 1, 2.
We got one with you and Mike. Yes, yes, of course.
All right. Thank you. All right. Ready? Thank you, sir. All right. And 1, 2, 3.
Okay, hold on. Now flip it around with their certificates. There you go. Come on, Holly. Come on, Holly.
Thank you. All right. There we go. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you.
Shortly after this, we're going to use the Wilson's house for dinner. So we're now going to move to our third presentation, a proclamation proclaiming the month of July 2023 as Parks Make Life Better. I would like to call up Yvonne Duran, Director of Community Services, and members of her staff to accept the proclamation. Please join me. Mr. Johnson. Don't be shy. I know you're not shy. Come on. Come on. He's over here. I don't wait. Oh, man, come on. Mr. Johnson, come on. The City of Laverne proclamation. Whereas Parks and Recreation promotes physical, emotional, and mental health and wellness through organized and self-directed fitness, play, and activity. And whereas Parks and Recreation supports the economic vitality of communities by partnering with local businesses and nonprofits and offering events for residents' engagement. And whereas Parks and Recreation creates memorable experiences through youth sports and enrichment activities and programs, senior activity centers, adult fitness and enrichment programs, free community events, and beyond. And whereas Parks and Recreation fosters social cohesiveness in communities by celebrating diversity, providing spaces to come together peacefully, modeling compassion, promoting social equity, connecting social networks, and ensuring all people have access to its benefits. And whereas Parks and Recreation supports human development and endless learning opportunities that foster social, intellectual, physical, and emotional growth in people of all ages and abilities. And whereas Parks and Recreation facilitates communities' problem issue resolution by providing safe spaces to come together peacefully and serving as key points of service, helping our communities heal both physically and emotionally. And whereas Parks and Recreation remains versatile and innovative in providing vital services to communities through local, national, or global emergencies, all while adhering to guidelines set forth by governing agencies. And whereas the Park and Recreation Society has released statewide public awareness campaign, Parks Make Life Better, to inform citizens of the many benefits of utilizing parks, facilities, programs, and services. Now be it proclaimed by the City of Laverne that the month of July 2023 be recognized as Parks Make Life Better Month. And we encourage that the citizens of California recognize the importance of access to local parks, trails, open space, and facilities for the health, wellness, development, inspiration, and safety of all Californians. Dated this 17th day of July, 2023. Congratulations to you all, and thank you.
Thank you, everyone. As a Parks and Recreation professional for over the 20 years, degree in Recreation and Tourism Management, I'm honored to be part of this team. We are Parks and Rec, although we're Community Services and Parks Division. We work together constantly, day in, day out, sometimes over the weekends through text message. We constantly go above and beyond. I am proud to be part of this team. Thank you, Director Meg McWade from Public Works, just for allowing us to do what we do best. We truly care about this community. It is our second home, truly is my second home. To the interim Public Works Manager, Ramiro, and his team and the Parks crew. These guys are amazing. I can name everybody here today. We are missing our aquatics group, our preschool group. This is the first time the city has recognized July as National Recreation Park Month, or Parks Make Life Better Month. And as a first female director for the city in community services, it's just an honor. So I thank all the staff up here and what they do day in, day out, without complaints, without hesitation. And today, for the first time ever, we are honored to be in front of you guys. So thank you.
I don't know if you guys have ever been by a park in this town or by the Community Services building behind us here and the Community Center. It's busy all the time, and they do such a fantastic job, whether it's engagements, whether it's concerts in the park, whether it's our parks and what's going on there. They do a fantastic job, and we have some of the finest parks in any of the San Gabriel Valley. So I say our parks rock, don't they? And our services rock. But thank you for all of you. I see you guys all the time. You're either setting up, you're tearing down, or you're putting stuff out, or you're sending out lunches, and it doesn't go. You're seeing back there. Come on up here. She's the shy one. But anyway, thank you very much for what you guys do, and it's nice that we can do a proclamation to appreciate you guys, what you do for us for every day. Thank you all. Thank you. Get a picture. This picture. You got your phone? Get my phone. Here. What are you doing over there? You should be up here. Meg, you gonna come in? Come on.
Oh, Meg, you can come in afterwards. Meg, ready? 1, 2, 3. We love parks. We love parks.
Meg, you need to get in here.
Meg,
Come on.
Come on, Meg.
The boss. The boss and boss.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. One more. You want to bring that big check over there?
Oh, the giant one.
I don't need these.
No, you can see that.
How do you sign the back of it?
We got one more presentation if you want to wait. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. It's just money. Good money, though. We like the money. We'll give him just a second. It is. I was sitting there. Now for our last but not one of the best. The Seroptimus International of San Dimas, Laverne, by the Old Town Laverne Business Improvement District Advisory Board, who will be presenting a donation of $2,500 to the nonprofit group Seroptimus International of San Dimas, Laverne, from the proceeds of the 2023 Sip of Laverne Wine Walk. Can both groups please join me? Chris, I can read this without glasses.
Thank you. You have to give me a second here, Mayor. This last presentation made me smile. My first appointment in the city of Laverne back in 1977 was as Parks and Recreation Commissioner. And at that time we had 3 parks. The city is an amazing place for parks today. So, keep up the good work with that. So, with that said, we talked a couple of meetings ago about our wine walk that happened earlier this spring. And it was the 9th wine walk we've held with the Old Town Business District. And one of the things that we determined when we first started this many years ago is number one, we needed to do something. There were 3 things. We needed to do something to bring more people to Old Town. And even today, you hear people say, "Where's Old Town?" Back then, it was even worse. So we wanted to attract people to Old Town, to the businesses. We wanted to generate some funds so that we could do more things, put on more events, help the city with things like our tree lights and other capital improvements we do. But the third thing we thought was very important is that we wanted to give back to the community. We have so many great community nonprofit organizations that serve all of us. And so each year we've selected a group to be a partner with us and to share some of those funds. So this year we selected the Seroptimus International and Chris Ann, the president of that. And Carol, I want you to come up here too. Come on. No, you need to come up here. Come on. So a little side story here is back in, I believe, 1986, 87, Old Town was not doing so great. And there were a few business owners in Old Town, of which Carol was one of, Caroline's shop. And she and some others came to the city council and said, we need to do something. We want to work with the city to create a business district to try to improve Old Town Laverne. And here we are, almost 40 years later, long time. And I think Old Town's never been better than it is today. So on behalf of the Old Town Business Improvement District, we want to present to the Seroptimus International a check for $2,500, a share of this year's wine walk. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Chrisanne Horsley, president of the Seroptimus International San Dimas Laverne organization, and we were so thrilled to be chosen and allowed to support this event, and then completely surprised by the amount that came back to our organization. And for a nonprofit, an influx of $2,500 is really incredible. So I have just a minute, so I wanted to say, for those of you that don't know, that Seroptimus International provides and supports women and girls trying to get access to education and training. And we help them through scholarships and career training and give them the resources and opportunities to reach their full potential and realize their dreams. We also work with Bonita Unified School District to provide clothing for about 75 boys and girls who are in need. Each year we help provide clothing for them. So thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, guys, and thank you to the Laverne Improvement District, and we really appreciate what your donation was, and this is going to go a long way for them. Thank you so much.
Now, this is the actual check.
Oh, I'll take that.
If you want to have some fun, walk into the bank with this.
Thank you. It's precious. Thank you.
Good luck, and you're going to be speaking on presentations in a minute. Thank you. Oh, you got to get back. Here, I'll hold it up.
Yes. All right.
go cash it. I'm going to stick it in the ATM. Oh, didn't put it back. Thank you. Okay. Okay, where did I put my glasses? Well, that was a lot of fun, and we will now move to announcements and announcements of upcoming community events. Any person wishing to make a brief announcement of a future community event, this time come on up to the podium. Just call your name and.
Chrisanne Horsley, back again. Now that you all know what Seroptimus internationally does do in our community, I'd like to invite everyone to our first annual Trivia Night, September 30th at Hillcrest Meeting House. You'll see these flyers around town over the next 8 weeks or so, and we'd love to have as many teams come and participate in our Trivia Night. It is 8 rounds, and the last round is going to be a 2-city historical information contest with a nice award going to the city that can answer the most questions correctly. So we'd love to have participation from some members in our city government and from the community. We'll be asking you as you come in if you'd like to be on the Laverne or San Dimas teams. So it should be fun. Okay, lots and lots of fun, and it supports a good cause. I'm going to leave these on the way out if anybody would like one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have George May.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, city staff, and Laverne residents. I'm here to talk about what's happening at the library. Right now, currently, we are in the midst of our annual summer discovery program, which started June 1st, and it will be over August 13th. It's open to all ages. We have different categories of earlier learners, school-age, teens, and adults. And all you have to do is you come to the library, pick up one of these cards, or go online and sign up for this. All you need to do is there's basically two challenges. You read 3 books, or complete 3 activities, or read 6 books altogether. Once you record what you've done, whether reading or reading activity kits, you bring it to the library. You get an award. It's usually a book that's in your age level. And also, then you're entered into a final drawing, which oftentimes is school supplies like mechanical pencils, notebooks, frisbees, things like that. So that's coming at the end of after August 13th. We also, starting July 28th, Friday, July 28th through September 1st, we're starting our new series of our Smarty Pants Story Times. Day will occur 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Friday. It goes for 6 weeks. There'll be books, songs, rhymes, motion activities, and the child will learn school readiness skills during the process. It's open to ages 2 through 5 with a parent or caregiver. Attendance is limited, so registration is required. So you can go online to visit.lacounty.org/events and narrow the search to Laverne Library, and you can sign up for the story times, or you can go inside the library and do the same. Also, during this month, we have 2 activity kits. One is for ages 13 through 17. That's titled Explore Colors with Balloon Painting. What's going to be discussed here, or what the person participating in this will learn about the science of colors and how we present different emotions, feelings, emotions through the colors that we use in art. So each activity kit has an introduction to the activity, materials, instructions, and also follow-up materials. So if somebody wants to learn more about the science of colors or mixing colors and so forth, that information will be there. The second activity kit is for adults. It's origami, the art of paper folding. This activity kit is about the Japanese art of paper folding. Again, there's an introductory the sheets look like this. as an introduction.
You going to make us one?
I'm not an expert. Take the activity kit and you'll be an expert. So they have materials, instructions, and also follow-up material that you can look into. And lastly, this is not in July, but so we have a program on Wednesday, August 9th at 5 p.m. It's Oceans of Possibility. It's a hilarious and inspirational feel-good show that talks about the possibilities that we can create in our lives. The main character is, however, a dolphin named Star who's shown up on God's Talent. So please come on out, support us. As you can see, there's something for everyone here. And, while you're there, if there's something that you would like to see, let us know. We'll see if we can find it, if we can fit into future programming schedules. We need your support. We appreciate your support, so please come on out.
Thank you, George. Kathy Kalusik.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, if I can real quick, I just wanted to also, George didn't mention it, but today the LA County Library was provided an award at the White House by the First Lady. It was the National Medal for Museum and Library Services, and they're one of 4 libraries to get that prestigious award. So congratulations to the LA Library System.
Thank you.
Good evening. Kathy Kalusek, 2242 3rd Street, Vice President of Laverne Historical Society. The LVHS is moving fast into summer activities. First, we want to thank everybody who helped make the July 4th celebration so successful for us. We were chosen as the nonprofit that got to do raffle baskets at the 4th of July fireworks show. So we had a ton of people donate goods, help us make the baskets, help us sell raffle tickets, and we just were humbled at how much help we had. I have a letter that I'll distribute to you all after I'm done talking, and I'll leave some leftover on the table so people can read about that. As many of you know, unfortunately, we had to withdraw the international truck from the parade after we did our final test and found a major oil leak. Safety and functionality are our guidelines, and this Friday the work crew will take out the engine block and we'll see whether we're looking at repair, cross your fingers, or replacement. With the money that we made at the raffle, we're going to have some help. Still probably will need more, but hopefully not. But we'll can move forward to get our truck done. We have other community events that are going to be coming up that we're going to be using the truck for and bringing it around. So you will be seeing it soon, I promise. And she said the only thing she added was we wish that we had air conditioning in it, and it won't have that. We did that. There we go. Oh, yeah, I got that. Sherry and John Best have been busy. Sherry's our president, for those who don't know. Creating a new line of jam from their backyard peach tree, and it's awesome. So we are offering 2 types. It's peach mango. There's regular, and there's a spice. Yes, Mayor Hepburn bought both, and he will not be disappointed, I promise you. And so give it a try. The spiced is with cinnamon and fresh ginger. Great on toast, biscuits. I like to put them on pancakes. It's $10 a jar, and all the proceeds go to our truck and all the other community events that we do and sponsor. And then I wanted to let you know we will be at Laverne's National Night Out, which I think is the 5th. She didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure it's August 5th. And it's a great cause that builds community. So we'll have a table there, and we're going to have jam, T-shirts, books. We'll have stickers, little toys and gifties for the kids. So come on out and join us there. And, as always, we take memberships. And
how much are those memberships?
20 for individuals, 25 for families.
What about lifetime?
A nominal $200 for a lifetime
Is that
membership.
per person or per couple?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she'll let you share on that. The two.
Just an idea.
But if you want to give more, feel free. We're all good with that.
You can give whatever you want, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We need it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, you guys.
Anyone else on announcements in the community? Previously, Councilmember Carter, welcome to the mic.
good evening. Robin Carter, 2838 Teal Street, Laverne. On behalf of the Laverne Friends of the 4th of July Committee, I want to thank you all for your support. It was flawless. It was just how we had hoped. And it was a long day, but we could not have done it truly without our staff. It's amazing. From Yvonne to Public Works, I hope I don't miss anyone, Candace, to Fire Department, Police Department, they're all part of our committee, but that day they step up and they really make sure everything happens. And I can't thank them enough. As a community member also, it's just so exciting to see it all come together. This was my first year working on the parade committee. I've always been the treasurer, but I'm working with Candace. And I have to say, because I work so closely with her, Candace is amazing. That parade, I watched her that day. She just has it down so perfect. She just knows what needs to be done. She works with Public Works. Okay, do this, do that. And it's just so impressive. And so I just want to give kudos to our staff completely. Thank you very much for your support in it. And now we put closure to it till next January. But on the announcement side, I would like to announce that if anyone here and on the TV watching wants to get involved, tell your friends, neighbors. We are looking for volunteers to help us. It takes a lot of people to put this on. So look forward to next year. Thanks.
Thank you. It actually was. It was an amazing parade. I always say it's like the chamber singers at Bonita. You think that next year can't get better, and like I was saying, it does get better. And it was a great show, a great parade, great fireworks display. So everybody had a great time. So thank you very much, you and your staff and the staff. Anyone else for announcements? No? We'll close announcements. We'll move to Mr. Crosby. Would you like to announce something? Come on. Don't shake your head.
Thank you for allowing me to still actually be part of the city council. I'm being a proud father this week for my youngest daughter, Riley Crosby. She's playing in the United States Golf Association Girls Junior Championship. This is like the U.S. Open for girls 18 under. The top girls from around the world are playing in Colorado Springs at the Air Force Academy. And I'm just amazed of the quality of golf out here, and Riley representing her school and the city of Laverne. She didn't have her best day today, but still proud. We got day 2 tomorrow, and just congratulations to all that she's been doing.
Thank you. Congratulations to Riley. Councilmember Lau, any announcements?
Just a couple of announcements. Good Lord, I know. Of upcoming events for Tri-City Mental Health. There is a meeting on this Wednesday, but I wanted to share some of the other things that they do throughout the month and through every month that's provided free to the community. So one of the things that they are providing on Thursday of this month is a Let's Talk Student Wellness series, and this is for anyone who's a parent or caregiver or youth of anyone in the 3 communities, Pomona, Claremont, and Laverne. And it's offered both virtually and in person, but it's a way to focus on mental health and talk about things that may be hard to talk about. But in addition to this, they have other events available throughout the month and at different times, and again, usually available both virtually and online. And I wanted to share that because that is a resource in our community that not always people talk about or know about, but I think that if that's something that interests you or you know someone that might be interested, please share. You can find their calendar of events on their website. They're also doing a social media first aid, specifically geared towards youth. And that's really just with some of the dangers that you can see online and some of the things that can happen, bullying and whatnot, and how can you better equip your child or your young person in your life to be able to deal with that and not be subject to those types of things. So really good resource. So I wanted to share that with folks because that is all coming up this week, or this month, I should say.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
No announcements.
I want to announce that the 10, 12-year-old Little League boys, they advance. They're playing tomorrow at, I think it's 7 o'clock in South Pasadena. I've been posting it. They've been doing well. This is the path to the Little League World Series. So another one of our teams is doing great, and congratulations to Riley. We've just got some amazing sports and just a lot of fun families and kids here in Laverne. So it's just a testament to what a great city we live in. So with that, we will move on to consent calendar. As a reminder, the consent calendar is considered routine matters and will be enacted by one motion unless pulled for separate discussion. Mr. Domer, was there anything pulled from the consent calendar?
There was not, Mr. Mayor, and I do believe that maybe Councilmember Castro-Figueira has something to say. Yes? No?
Okay, thank you. All right. No, thank you. I just wanted to share with everybody. Congratulations, first and foremost, to an amazing mayor, Tim Hepburn, for leading us a great city. Okay, there you go. And congratulations, Councilmember Wendy Lau. I just want to let everybody. Yeah, it's like it's echoing. I don't know if it's for me or you guys, but anyhow, I'll just keep it short. That's all.
Stick with the post-it notes.
So with that, we have nothing pulled. Is that correct, Mr. Domer? Nothing's been pulled?
Correct, Mr. Mayor.
Then I'll take a motion.
Move to approve the consent calendar.
Second?
I'll second.
We've got to do a voice vote. Vote, please.
We've got to do a voice vote. Yeah. Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Lau? Yes. Councilmember Crosby?
Yes.
Councilmember Castro-Figueira? I see yes. Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Thank you. Let's see. Tonight we have a public hearing. Our first public hearing is in confirmation of weed abatement clearance charges for fiscal year 2022-23. Mr. Domer, please introduce staff members who will be reporting.
Yes, we have somebody from the county that will be on Zoom. We'll bring them up and hopefully no echo. So Celine Chu.
Hi, I'm Celine Chu. Hello. Hi, I'm Celine Chu, representing ACWM for the weed abatement charges hearing tonight. Unmute. Hello. All right. So tonight the charges hearing is for the weed abatement charges hearing that will be placed onto the property tax of the declared parcels, vacant parcels. So we seek approval from the City Council. I can't see this. Yeah, so we are seeking approval from the City Council to approve these charges. Or if there's any, any residents here that oppose the charges imposed on them. Hello?
Question. Is there a reason that we don't have actual addresses here, only county recorder map parcels?
Yeah, because all these parcels are vacant parcels, so they do not really have an address. And the only reference is the parcel number. That's why we are using the parcel number. Because they are vacant parcel. There's no residence on it.
Okay, okay.
Just in any particular parcels, we can find the nearest address to help you with the location. But usually with the parcel number, using the assessor map, we should be able to trace the parcel very easily.
Any questions from council to Ms. Chu? No?
No.
We'll go ahead and open public hearing. Anybody wish to speak on this matter? Don't all jump up at once. I know. With that, we'll close the public hearing. Any comments? Other than that, roll call vote. Is that correct, Mr. Domer?
Councilmember Crosby,
Yes.
Councilmember Kesha-Fagita? Yes. Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau?
Yes.
Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Oh, we didn't get a first and a second on that.
Could I have a motion for that we
Sorry.
just voted?
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I need a motion on that. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Johnson, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Lau.
And we already have the vote.
We have the vote.
Okay.
City Attorney's
We're good.
okay with that.
God, thank you. Proclamations, you know. Thank you very much. Other matters. We will move on to other matters. Our matter resolution setting city council meeting times. City Manager Domer will be reporting.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. This is a follow-up item because the City Council passed an ordinance to state that City Council dates and times would be set by resolution instead of being set by ordinance itself. That ordinance is now effective, so this resolution will set that we continue our meetings on the first and third Mondays of the month starting at 5:30 for a closed session or a study session, and the regular session would be at 6:30 p.m. If there is an opportunity where we do not have a closed session or the need for a study session, then what we'll do is part of the agenda, we'll just post that the meeting starts at 6:30. What this does is doesn't require us to have a special meeting. So today we had a closed session at 5:30. We had to set that through a special meeting, had a separate agenda. So it's just more of a easier administrative way to go ahead and have those meetings. Council has expressed the desire to have closed sessions before the meetings at 5:30. And then again, what we're going to try to do is have study sessions also, which were opportunities to educate the public, educate the council on issues coming before the council in the future. So it's a good opportunity. So the resolution tonight sets those times, first and third Monday, which is similar to what's in the ordinance, and then starts the time at 5:30 p.m. for closed sessions or study session, with the regular meeting still always at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Domer. Any questions for staff on this? Councilmember Johnson?
No, I'm good with that, but I do have something I'd like to add to other matters, if that's okay.
Okay. Once we do public comment? Mayor Pro Tem Lau, any questions for staff? No questions. We'll move to public comment. We'll open up the public comment. Anybody wish to speak on this item? Ms. Beauchamp.
It's actually a question, not a comment, but with doing so, with putting that at 5:30 and you're still going to have your regular city council at 6:30, it limits your time for 1 hour. And I know in the past study sessions, especially when it's been for budget or other things that are very elaborate, you're really confining that time and would have to condense the information that would be presented to the public. And I think that would present a problem, especially when it comes to something like educational or something really important. So I'm not sure, maybe 5? I don't know. But I think an hour is pretty limited time, especially when you factor in the amount of questions that are generated by the public when they attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beauchamp. Anyone else wish to speak on this? We'll go ahead and close public comment. Council, here, Councilmember Johnson, any questions, or you was on this one? Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Lau, you want to answer that, Mr. Domer?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of council, we can still follow the Brown Act and set a special meeting at any time. So during the budget, we do actually do it starting at 4:30. So we can still do that. Also, it's the council decision. Yes, we want to start at 6:30 because that's normal. But if we needed to go an extra half an hour, we can do that because again, we're starting at 5:30. So
we can change it at will.
There's flexibility at that point.
Within the letter of the law. Very good. I need a motion.
I move to adopt Resolution 2351.
Second.
Vote, please.
Councilmember Crosby?
Yes.
Councilmember Cashafagita? Yes. Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau?
Yes.
Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Very good, thank you. Our second matter is resolution number 23-53. Is that the right one? Yeah. And 2354, establishing benefits for executive management, middle management, professional, and confidential employees. Mr. Domer, please introduce the staff member who will be reporting.
Where's Christine? Oh. I'm going to turn right to my left. J.R. Renales is going to handle this item.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. The benefit resolutions of executive and middle management personnel are presented with changes to be consistent with City Council direction. While most provisions remain unchanged, there are some needed modifications. Proposed changes include adjusting employer medical contributions for employees hired after November 2nd, 2020, as well as a 2.5% salary increase for unrepresented employees effective July 23, as well as an additional 2.5% in July of 2024. In line with council direction to provide future fiscal sustainability, unrepresented employees eligible for Classic PERS membership will begin contributing a larger amount toward retirement benefits by paying 0.5% of the employer's share of PERS retirement benefits as soon as the contract amendments can be executed with CalPERS. Another 0.5% totaling 1% will be contributed by Classic members as of July 2024. The city is currently working with CalPERS to amend our agreement in order to allow for the increased cost sharing of the employer's normal costs. It should be noted that Pepper employees, the non-Classic employees hired after January of 2013, will see their pension normal costs increase by 1% effective July 23 by action of state law. For fiscal analysis, salary and benefit increases are estimated to be $123,000 for the general fund and $15,800 for non-general funds, for a total cost of $138,800. The general fund increases are supported by Measure LV revenues. For July 2024 increases, those will be included with the budget process and won't need a separate appropriation. So tonight, it is recommended that the City Council adopt the attached resolution titled, "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of La Verne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, establishing benefits for executive management employees and repealing Resolution number 20-81, and adopt the attached resolution, a resolution of the City Council, City of La Verne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, establishing benefits for middle management, professional, and confidential employees, and repealing Resolution 2154. I'd be happy to answer any questions the council might have.
Could you repeat that? Oh, I'm sorry. Any questions for Assistant City Manager Randalls? Mayor Pro Tem Lau? Councilmember Steve Johnson? Then we'll open up a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak on this item? That'd be no. We have no one on the line at all. We're going to close public hearing and bring it back to the dais. Any other questions, or do we have a motion? There's two here.
Good Good Lord. I know. Sorry. I move to adopt the attached resolution titled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Laverne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, establishing benefits for executive management employees and repealing resolution number 20-81, and move to adopt the attached resolution titled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Laverne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, establishing benefits for middle management, professional and confidential employees, and repealing resolution 21-54.
Second?
Second.
That was easy. Vote, please.
Thank you. Councilmember Kashavagita? Yes. Councilmember Crosby? See that? Yes. Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau?
Yes.
Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Thank you. Our last other matter is resolution number 2346-2347, adopting salary charts for full-time and part-time employees. Mr. Dromer, please introduce the staff member who will be reporting.
I'd like to introduce J.R. Reynolds, who Assistant City Manager.
Good evening again. This is a similar item. The attached resolutions and salary tables reflect adjustments in compensation resulting from increases agreed to in negotiations with the Laverne Firefighters Association, the Laverne Police Middle Management Group. Similarly, middle management and executive management employees are also being adjusted based on the action that was just taken. The original full-time salary chart that was included in your council packets inadvertently left out the senior accountant position. That was corrected for the full agenda packet, but just wanted to make note if you're looking at the original packet that was not included but has been cleaned up in the revised versions. For fiscal analysis, appropriations of $450,940 and a transfer of $418,640 from Measure LV to the general fund will need to be added to the fiscal year 23-24 adopted budget. $418,000 of the total appropriations are general fund expenses and are supported by Measure LV revenues. They include the following groups: middle management, executive management, Laverne Fire Association, Laverne Police Mid-Management. The remaining $32,000 of appropriations are related to non-general funds, including water, sewer, equipment, and the Fire Assignment Fund. As such, $434,440 is included and formally being appropriated through resolution number 2346 for full-time and $16,500 for part-time appropriated through resolution number 2347. With that, it is recommended that the City Council adopt resolution number 2346, titled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Laverne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, adopting a salary chart for full-time employees and repealing resolution number 22-48, and adopt resolution number 2347, titled A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Laverne, County of Los Angeles, State of California, adopting a salary chart for part-time employees and repealing resolution 23-11, and appropriate $418,640 from the general fund, $32,300 from non-general funds, and a transfer of $418,640 from Measure LV to the general fund for fiscal year 23-24.
Thank you, JR. Any questions for staff before we go to public? We'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Anyone wish to speak on this item? That would be a no. We'll close public hearing. Councilmember Johnson, any questions of staff or comments? Mayor Pro Tem Lau.
No questions. I just want to say thank you to everybody involved in this process. I know it is lengthy, and I appreciate all the groups for coming to the table and really working with each other to make this happen. So thank you.
You took my thunder. The same thing. No, people don't realize the amount of hours that's spent on these contracts and all of the stuff that we have to go through, and not only that, the fact that try to keep us competitive, but at the same point keep us functioning lean. And thank goodness that we have the Measure LV, but at the same token, it takes all the employee groups and also our management groups and also council to work together to come to a reasonable solution that benefits all. And we're trying to do our best up here, and I know our staff has done a fantastic job, and I again, thank the employee groups too, because it's not easy sometimes. Councilmember Carter's shaking her head. Yeah, you know. But no, I appreciate it. I think it's done real well, and a testament to our new city manager, Mr. Domer, and our new staff, and done a great job. With that, I need a motion. I never forget.
So move.
Second.
Vote, please.
Councilmember Crosby?
Yes.
Yep. Councilmember Castrovigita? Yes. Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau?
Yes.
Mayor Hepburn?
Yes.
Item
Thank you
passes
all.
5-0.
Okay. This is the time for public comments and oral communications. Do we have any wish to speak?
Okay.
Mr. Bowen, welcome back. It's cooler here than Texas. Oh, yeah. That's not saying much.
Yeah, only 115, I think. Rick Bowen, Eagle Drive in Laverne. One quick note. I went to the Claremont council meeting last week, and right on their agenda, it shows openings for committee meetings or committee positions within the city. And I think that would be great if something, you wouldn't have to look at it every time. It would be on the agenda. Anyway, I wrote this down because I want to make sure I covered all the points. On Saturday, July 1st, just after noon, a group of thieves drove a stolen car, presumed stolen, I think, through the Vaughn's parking lot area, over a curb where people routinely sit and collect, and drove approximately 20 feet through the plate glass windows of Rodeo Jewelers. They then attempted to ransack this family-owned store by smashing cases, stealing everything they could. In the process, the owner, Coco Vartanian, bravely attempted to fight them off without using a gun. For his efforts, he received a deep cut requiring stitches from one of his own chairs thrown at him by one of the robbers. They then apparently gathered their stolen merchandise and ran to another stolen car awaiting them in the parking lot. 5 thieves and apparently 2 stolen cars have ruined a family store and could easily killed people right there in one of Laverne's busiest shopping areas. I've been in that store, and after seeing it now, I can imagine people being hurt or even dying during such a brazen daytime attack. I know the LVPD arrived almost immediately or investigating, but it has been 16 days. Can I continue?
No, please.
Tonight, we authorized in the consent selling off of old city equipment and vehicles. Recently, after speaking to some police and retired police at a recent event, they asked what the city was doing about this crash and grab. They had heard about it. I said, I assume the PD is doing everything they can to arrest these thieves. They referred to a crime like this as, quote, high profile, low frequency. I guess that means it's very visible, people hear about it, thank God it doesn't happen very often. As far as I know, in the 40 years plus that I've lived here, there's never been a robbery of this type involving a car deliberately being driven into a business in order to rob it. And perhaps the chief has more information on that. Many of those people suggested that the city of Laverne offer a reward of $5,000 to $10,000 for tips leading to the arrest of these suspects. Not necessarily for conviction, but for arrest. At the very least, this sends a huge signal to gangs and other criminals Laverne will do everything it can to protect its businesses and its citizens. Let's use some of the money generated from the sale of the outdated equipment to fund this reward. Coco and his family deserve our city's support. If the people that did this see no serious response from our great city, who's going to be next? And I guess next already happened this weekend with 2 other stores, 2 or 3 down from this spot. Who will experience this trauma like the Vartanian family? And quite frankly, who might die? So, bottom line is I'm asking, I'd like to have the city propose a reward, post it, make it known that Laverne is not the place you want to come to do these types of crimes. Keep the criminals away. And by the way, if citizen donation are needed, I'll gladly donate the first amount. Thank you for your timely consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Wayne Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council, and citizens of Laverne. I think it's only fair that I recognize the fact that all available Laverne City Council members were present at the second 740 Foothill Project meeting in San Dimas, after I criticized some of the same members for missing the first one. Many thousands of words were spoken during that meeting. Unfortunately, I believe most of them were spoken in vain, as this project is going to be built regardless of what was said, unless several long shots make a difference, and I'll speak to those in a moment. Everything related to child safety, Foothill being a busy street, traffic safety, property values, parking spaces, parking on city streets, all as market, and all of the other topics raised by the audience did not sway National Core one single bit. This project will be built as currently designed, regardless of these concerns. Most of the comments made by this council about this project actually talked around the actual problem, and that problem is that this project needs to be canceled or moved to a more reasonable location. Now I'll focus on a couple of comments made by this council during that meeting, and I'm paraphrasing here. Comments made about, "I hope you learned your lesson and will do better next time," was non-productive. We would need answers about this project, not something in the future. Comments made about people are frustrated because the Build by Right state law, which removes direct local control, was non-productive. You're talking to the people who love this law, as it allows them much freer hand to build projects just like this. Only an answer to a question from an audience member finally made a breakthrough and brought some agreement about a meeting between city leaders, LA County, and National Core. Maybe something will come of this, but I think it's a long shot. Supervisor Barger's ability to sway the full county board to disallow the $6 million may cause National Core to pause, but whether this dissuades the company from building this project is to be seen. If this city is serious about this not happening again without local control and approval, then proximate, unincorporated, and undeveloped LA County property needs to be annexed by the city. This is the ultimate answer for future projects just like this. I must give National Core credit for modifying the project as they have done so far. This is a good thing, and we can only hope for more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Ms. Beauchamp?
My comments piggyback on Mr. Bowen's comment, how he explained about the violent burglary that took place at Rodeo Jewelry. It just proves that the criminals are growing bolder, as this event took place during broad daylight on a Saturday. This is just the beginning. If the city doesn't send a message to the members of the organized crime rings that we will not tolerate this in our city, they will only continue to do so. Just because we have a district attorney for Los Angeles County who refuses to prosecute these criminals, we do not have to stand by idle. We can send them a message by offering this reward that Mr. Bowen has suggested. But not only do I suggest that the city offer a reward, but I feel that Mr. Domer can contact Catherine Barger and Hilda Solis's office, who are the two representatives for LA County, and ask that they match whatever amount the city finds acceptable on the reward amount so that the money is doubled. It will increase the residents of the city to keep their eyes open and pay attention to their surroundings more closely. As Laverne Police Department knows, I looked like a crazy lady on Amherst a couple of weeks ago in my pajamas at 11:30 at night with a baseball bat, deterring someone stealing catalytic converters from a vehicle parked in a driveway. It is going to get to the point where we're going to have to become vigilantes of our own neighborhood because the police department is already stretched so thin they can only protect so much. A family-owned business that has been loyal to our city deserves our support, and I really respectfully request that the city find an amount that is suitable to offer as a reward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beauchamp. Gary.
Towards the end of last month, I got up to do my morning walk with the dog, and I have a 40-foot fence up there, block wall. It was spray painted from one side to the other, 2 neighbors' sidewalks, all the way across the footbridge over to the park. I did call Public Works. They did a very nice job coming out and removing it. They did a good job. And at the same time, I was advised by Public Works there's 2 gangs in Laverne. Police department, I was told the police department know about it. Shouldn't that be something talked about with you people up here and the community so they'll know about what's going on? Because I never knew there was gangs here. Are you aware of it? Anybody? I know you can't answer me.
We will be after your discussion, and we talked to the police department and our city manager.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would it be nice for the police chief to come down and talk next meeting?
We'll work that with the city manager. Is Sam? Oh, he's hiding back there. We have our.
He's in the corner.
We have our. He's hiding back. Eric, there he is. We'll have him speak.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Kathy. I already bought jam.
All right. Kathy Kalusek, 3rd Street again. I wanted to congratulate Mayor Hepburn on your reappointment. You've been doing a great job, and I'm happy to have you up there. I also want to congratulate Wendy Lau on her appointment as Mayor Pro Tem. She is a wonderful choice for this position. I am, however, extremely shocked, disappointed, and dismayed that Council members Johnson and Cash voted no on her appointment. This feels like a personal and spiteful vote. If the 2 of them thought that there was a better choice, why didn't they nominate someone? These types of dirty politics are very divisive. They don't serve to unite or support our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Mr. Gabaldon, and then Ms. Berry.
Thank you. Good evening. If I could ask for just 1 extra minute tonight. First couple things.
You don't need to ask.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to be polite. Congratulations, Wendy. I think good choice. Tim, congratulations. It's good. I'll just speak up. Couple things on the city business in particular. I would love to see, if I don't know about it, some sort of hotline so I don't feel like I have to text Tim every time I see something going on in the city that needs attention. In particular, I took pictures of it, and I was like tempted to go and get the garbage that was sitting on the corner of Emerald and Foothill for the whole weekend. I think there's plenty of us in the city that should be paying attention to our city, and that is just like a bad look. We know there's a homeless problem, but we don't need to have that stuff sprayed on one of the most visible corners of our city. Additionally, I would like to echo some of the thoughts about proactively communicating with the community about what it is that's going on in Laverne recently relative to crime. and these very brazen burglaries. I know for a fact that marshals and Ross in particular, they lose money every single day, and they probably don't even report it just because they're tired of worrying about it, and they just kind of like put it into cost of business. As it relates to the 740 project, I attended the meeting, and I was happy to see everybody there. Thank you. I was disappointed sincerely in the conclusion and really in what was going on. It was more of a dog and pony show for the community to see that, the folks that showed up on behalf of CORE and the cities, trying to do their best to, I guess, demonstrate that everybody cared about what was being said. But honestly, I think that this is something that we need to be a little more proactive as a community about. Our representatives can only do so much. They all said it themselves. I think in our voting choices, we need to be more diligent about understanding what is going on around us. There is no likely superhero coming to our aid here. Not Catherine Barger, not Hilda Solis, not Assemblymember Chris Holden, not the other county supervisors, not our city council, not the various housing and development authorities, and not the developer National Corps. Instead, what we heard was that the county has goals and priorities. We heard that we have no control over outcomes because of by right laws recently passed. We heard the Department of Regional Housing is by law authorized to and required to ministerially approve the project. We heard they get to bypass normal CEQA requirements because of the project purpose. And we heard lots of words in an extended live infomercial from the developers team, adding in their terms of crisisfication in concert with like-minded politicians and special interest lobbyists who are the biggest beneficiaries of these housing projects, quote unquote. I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I know well that sometimes figures lie and liars figure. Here the devil is in the details, and the devil is definitely the CFO for this charade. Think about this that I heard that night and I decided to investigate myself. For more than a second, the money to build was originally $35 million, as stated in Catherine Barger's letter to us, or $648,000 per unit. Additionally, there will be Section 8 housing vouchers provided by the county that will provide tenants $2,096 for each unit to ensure forever sustainability of the project, or, per CORE representatives, free services. Now, having lesser units at 42 and an assumed similar project build cost per unit, National Corps is looking at revised project costs of just over $27 million. The devil's in the detail here is where $7 million funding grant to CORE would now represent 26% of the total amended build cost versus what started out as only 20%. Translation, taxpayers would be subsidizing the project even more so, making this project even more enticing to developer. This begs the question for all of us, what is going on? Have we forever forfeited good judgment and control of our communities and our local authority to stop these types of projects beset upon our city? Have we allowed our tax dollars to work against us by getting into the hands of so many, like CORE, appearing to be serving their goals, ambitions, and financial interests first under the cloak of a nonprofit? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gabaldon. Anyone else wish to speak? Ms. Berry.
I have a little potpourri of a few things, and I hope I'll remember them all. Okay, so first of all, regarding the robberies, I was contacted by one of the managers of the Tacos Don Cuco, however you say it. They were robbed last week. Then there was the Baskin-Robbins tip jar. Last night, or maybe it was the night before, both Baskin-Robbins and Don Baja Grill were broken into. So they got all the wood over the windows. Just the Don Baja said they lost an iPad, and then their payment system and replacing the windows is easy $3,000. So then my second thing is having to do with our police, just kind of even the patrols. And maybe if we can make them, especially overnight, not real predictable. And I say that because my ring goes off every night at about 3:30 or so, because they're doing the patrols, looking for the parked cars on the streets and whatever. So if it's that predictable where I live, is it predictable along Foothill? So maybe just kind of change things up a little bit. And then there was one more thing. the concerts in the park, movies in the park, all of that stuff. I was noticing on San Dimas Buzz, they had their concerts in the park done as Facebook events that people can share and all of that stuff. And so I looked for ours, and I didn't see any. They're on the website, but that would be something that we would be more often putting on some of our small group pages if we had the movies, the concerts. I'd love to see those so we can get those out there more. All right, that's it.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to speak? We'll go ahead and close public comment, and we'll move to council comments.
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, sorry. We need to have the police chief come up. Sorry.
Yes.
Chief.
Yeah, and as Acting Chief Gonzalez is coming up, do want to talk, we're working on a phone application that will be 24/7 ability to contact City Hall. It'll give you, graffiti, street issues, potholes, other issues that you see. You can do that currently on the website. One of the selection icons is City Hall 24/7. This will be a much easier on the iPhone, a little bit easier, or on your Droid if you still have Droid. Also, during the day, if there's anything, just go ahead and call the city manager's office. That number is 909-596-8726. So we'll report then, but do you want to let Acting Chief talk about some of the criminal issues that we've seen lately?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, council members and community members. There's a lot of comments said tonight about the police department. I will assure you that regardless of the DA's policies, our officers remain committed to the community. And when these types of brazen robberies come to our city, we take that serious. I will assure the community here tonight that we're doing everything in our power to ensure that we have some closure to this matter. I can't get into the details of the case, but we are working with Claremont PD, who had a robbery just the day before, and we're also working with Huntington Beach, who had a similar robbery the day after. When these are, we believe the group is part of a gang in Los Angeles that's hitting all these areas. I believe it was the city of Downey at the mall was just hit, and if you look closely at the video, you could almost tell that it's the same subjects. So we're working with the crime lab through DNA, and I won't get into the case specifics, but they did leave a vehicle behind, and oftentimes crooks make mistakes. So, and that's, you don't catch the smart ones, but that's what we're working on. I can assure you that even though we're small, we do have the resources of Los Angeles County, LA County Impact. We are members of several entities that we bring on board, and when we show up with a large contingent of officers, not just from Laverne, but from both the county and the federal level. And we attribute that to some of the memberships that we have. There was a little bit of talk about the rise in crime. Every summer we see a rise in crime. Nationally, we see a rise in crime. School's out, it's hot, we do see a rise in crime. There's no hiding that. We do publish what's happening on our stats online, on our website, and it's open for anybody to see. There's no secret that the Foothill Corridor was hit this weekend, and the city of Laverne was the only city hit. And this happens it's almost seasonal. I hate to say that or even term that, but it is seasonal. When we get hit in the summer, it's Laverne, Claremont, San Dimas, anywhere along the Foothill Corridor that's close to the freeway. They can get on the freeway and they're gone. And just to put it into perspective, when a business is hit, it typically takes around 3 to 4 minutes for a call to get to the police department, meaning the burglary alarm goes off, a signal goes to the alarm company. The alarm company, oftentimes, and we hate when this happens, they'll call the owner and say, do you want us to send the police? And why they do this, I don't know. They say yes or no, but that creates a delay. By that time, it's 3 to 4 minutes. The police are finally en route. By then, they're either on the freeway or they've hit 2 or 3 businesses. And it's usually a crew. It's not 1 or 2. It's a crew of crooks, if you will, that go into these locations and they do these types of events. Our officers are out there. They're proactive. We do have parking enforcement. Our officers are not out there looking for vehicles to cite. They are out there actively working. And I remember working at night. We would take offense to that. If I was working graveyard shift and somebody hit my beat, either area 1, 2, or 3, I would take offense to that. The next night, I would be circling that. But crooks oftentimes don't come back the second day because they know you're going to be there. But we're doing our best. We're doing our very best. I want to speak to a little bit about graffiti. And we have noticed a spike in graffiti. The minute school was out, graffiti went through the roof. We do have 1 or 2 gang members that still remain in the city. But when I came from LAPD to Laverne, the amount of time and resources that we spent for the problem on the south side of Laverne, it was awesome because we had the time to focus on this problem. And all of a sudden it's resurfacing. I'd love to give you all the details, but I'll give you a little snippet. Our detectives are working with other detectives in the area because we're not immune. We take pictures of all the graffiti and we try to identify it through all the resources we have. We put it into a database. The minute someone's identified, or if someone gets caught tagging, let's just say in Glendora, they get entered into a database and they write whatever name that's misspelled. Well, they connect it to that, and then we'll get a phone call and say, hey, we caught little Joey in Glendora. They wrote this name, and we see it in your database. So we try to use those methods. We try to use technology to capture this, but it's not right away. It sometimes takes time. We build a connection to that, but we do take that serious. And we have noticed a spike in graffiti, and just a few nights ago, our officers were out late at night trying to catch these guys. It's like really trying to catch, find a needle in a haystack sometimes. Whether they'll hit one location or another location, we try to do our best to do that. But we are working with other detectives in the area, other small agencies that don't have a tremendous amount of resources. We combine our resources and we do stings either in Laverne or in Glendora or in Monrovia or wherever else, whoever's contributing to that. But we are doing our best to try to curb that. As I mentioned, the burglaries over the weekend, hitting the Foothill Corridor raises our awareness. And we have to then think of creative ways to think outside the box. The city manager and I have been talking about CPTED, crime prevention through environmental design. And we've identified an officer or a detective to attend that training so that when businesses want to open up, that officer can present and say, this is how we can better provide a safe environment for your business, whether it's through barriers, cameras, types of cameras, and things of that nature to install. So when you open your business, you have the technology set or environmental design set to try and disrupt this type of activity where someone would drive a vehicle. Now, I've actually visited the location, and it really took some going around because there's a big column there that they had to do so. But these types of courses that we're introducing are going to be beneficial for the future. So we're looking at that. We're also looking at a program from Ring Camera that we want to introduce during business watch meetings. Those cameras would allow us if, for instance, if they get a burglary alarm call, they'll give us access to their camera at that time. Our dispatchers would see it and say, officers, yeah, they're still inside or they're not inside or they left in such and such vehicle. So we don't respond to the location. We start looking for the vehicle immediately. It's that type of outside-the-box thinking that we're looking at to try to at least minimize the amount of crime happening in Laverne. I hope that answers a lot of the questions, a lot of the concerns, but we are working towards a broader solution.
What about a reward?
I love the idea of that. Of course, there was a suggestion made that we don't go towards prosecution, but that is key. You arrest the wrong person, now you gave that reward away, or that case gets dropped. Now you've just given that reward away. So I'd be very cautious about giving that award and making it arrest only. I would wait till a prosecution is made. And mind you, there's probably instances in LA County that if you arrest someone and the DA refuses to charge them, that's different. That could be adjusted accordingly with a reward.
Well, I think also it's the awareness of our community. If you see something, you must call immediately. That has to do with homeless, that has to do with graffiti, that has to do with anything you see that looks suspicious. call it in. I mean, my wife was at a business the other day, and it was a nail salon, and there were people that were coming in and out of their building, and the girls were afraid to say anything, but this was a homeless individual, and it was occurring, and I said, no, that should not occur. Lock your place down, call the police, and get those people removed. I know it's hard for us because if it's a situation where that person doesn't want to leave, they're mentally ill, I get it. But we have services in Laverne that will assist to that. So, and the point is that if you don't call, I had one today where I had to call up by the CVS parking lot where the gentleman's been here quite some time, and he was just yelling at the top of his lungs and profanities. It was like, no, I'm sorry. This is unacceptable, and I think people kind of get used to it sometimes. Like, don't get used to these situations. If we don't stay on top of it, just like all the other things, it's important to community services, to the police department, and as we're getting more services for our community through a number of agencies like Tri-City Mental Health and LACADA and some of the other ones, and I know that Community Services Director Duran is working on that, and yourselves and all of our other departments. But anyway, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
I just had a question because I know I get alerts from both, I think, LA sheriffs and I think Laverne PD does it too, but I haven't seen one from Laverne in a while. I thought there was a number you could sign up for, so I think to the point of some of the citizens asking, you know, how can we be kept abreast of what's going on? Is that number still active? Like I said, I think the last one I saw was from the sheriffs, but I haven't, I thought LVPD had one too.
You're referring to Nixle, and on our website there is a Nixle subscription on how to subscribe to that, and we'd love for everyone to subscribe to that. But if I may, beforehand, Mr. Mayor, you brought up an excellent point about see something, say something. It's an old cliche that at times it goes away depending on what's happening nationally. Regardless of the matter, that we as residents, we have a really small contingent of police officers, and without the extra eyes and ears of the community, I would much rather get it wrong 100 times than allow somebody to say, it's nothing, and then there's an actual crime. Allow us to investigate whatever you have out there. Please get the license plate. Please get a description. Please get whatever you can and notify dispatch. Be a great witness. That's what we would ask. If you see something, say something.
Thank you, Chief. Any other?
I was just going to say, could you repeat where people could find that if they want to sign up for those alerts?
On our website, on the department's website, you'll see a blurb that says Nixle, and it'll give you instructions on how to subscribe.
I don't know why I'm not finding it, but maybe can we just share that out, Mr. Domer, that information, so if anyone wants that, because it'll send a text to your phone about what's going on.
What's going
so
on. If there's a road closure,
right.
Whatever it is, it's in the community.
Right.
We are in the process of updating our website to a new subscriber, but I will make sure that if it's not there tonight, it'll be there in the morning, but I'm almost positive it's still there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I haven't closed it yet. You're still good. Oh, no, I closed it. Just kidding. Get over here.
Red light, green light.
Hi. I just wanted to say something really quickly about Nixle. So if you text your zip code 91750 to 888-777, that opts you in to receive the notifications from Laverne Police Department via SMS. And then if you want to receive them also via email, just simply reply back to what you've gotten once you've texted. You can reply back with your email, and then that way you'll get email and you'll get SMS texts when they do send those out. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Callos. Thank you. With that. Oh, there it is, Nixle. You just have it.
Nixle. I was like picturing the spelling different in my head. Thank you.
Okay, with that, we're going to close public comment, and we're going to move to council comments. Did you have any other? Oh, we were going to have you talk about 740.
Yeah, so, Mr. Mayor, just following up on the joint city council meeting with San Dimas. So the city of San Dimas, city manager and I are going to be meeting with National Corps and Supervisor Barger's office because there was some comments about alternative sites and looking at that. One of the issues in talking with National Corps about alternative sites is any alternative site needs to be in the unincorporated areas because of the funding that has been mentioned, because the funding came from LA County. It has to be used in county unincorporated areas. So, but one of the things we want to do is get a better understanding of when they're looking for sites, what are they looking at, and just keep the discussion with them continued. So, but other than that, I haven't heard anything further right now on that specific site. But you know, from what I heard then, it does seem like they're still moving forward, and we're still going to be looking at ways to try to change that if we could. So,
Thank you. That's council comments. Councilmember Johnson.
Yes, Mr. Hepburn. Over the weekend, when I was reviewing our council agenda, I came to page 204 on the different salaries that we offer, and noticed the city council had no number included in that, in our salary schedule. In talking with City Hall over the weekend, apparently there was a resolution in 2001, about 22 years ago, that set council salary, and that hasn't been looked at since. So I would try to direct staff to look at that and see if we're in line with other cities.
Mr. Mayor, we'd be happy to provide a report. There's actually also a new statute that's just been signed by the governor, takes effect in early 2024, that affects council compensation. So we'll include that in our report.
Thank you.
I will add that council salary, including the mayor, I believe, is set at $519 per month. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnson. That's it?
That's it.
Oh, do we have Mr. Crosby or Mesh? Would you like to do us first and then have them?
Either way is fine. I was just going to suggest when we go to them, let's turn off mics to make sure.
Why don't we go to them now, and then we'll finish ours.
Councilmember Crosby, you go first, please.
Thank you. The city manager, Ken Domer, took my thunder about the LA County Library as a library commissioner. We are so proud of the honor from for the LA County Library they received from the president's office today. One of 4 library in the nation getting honored. Tonight we celebrated our community services and our parks and rec. Thank you to our community services department and the great things our city employees always do. There's lots of thank yous from those all involved with the 4th of July activities. Our city does great things for all of our residents, so thank you so much. I want to thank my fellow council members and Mayor Hepburn for representing myself and the rest of Laverne at the very important Foothill meetings as I was out on the world tour of my family, following the dreams of my daughter. And lastly, I just want to congratulate Riley. She was right here for you too, so congratulations. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Councilmember Cash.
Yes, good evening. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. And congratulations to our police officers who are started their journey here in this great city of Laverne. Please continue to keep staying safe. And thanks to the chief of police who actually addressed some of the issues that we've had, concerns with the community. Here in good old Fort Leavenworth, live from Kansas-Missouri border. And it's always an honor to serve with the great men and women who put on the uniform. And yes, thank you. So stay strong and congrats. And wish nothing but the best for everybody here in Laverne. Talk to you soon.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau.
I just wanted to, it feels like it's been a little bit since we've all been in this room together, but I wanted to say thank you to everyone that was responsible for helping to put together all of the 4th of July fun. It was probably the mildest 4th of July that we've had in years, so I hope that everybody who sat outside and had mimosas or were doing whatever fun things they do on the route got to do it in a little bit of cooler weather. But that day truly would not happen if it weren't for the volunteers, if it weren't for the fire department, the police department, the public works, community services. It is a full day for them. As a resident, you can kind of pick and choose. Oh, I'm going to do pancake breakfast, or I'm going to do, the parade, but I'm going to skip the fireworks. These people are there all day. And before that too, putting everything together. So thank you so much for continuing to make fun events for our city that everybody can join in community for. And let's hope that every 4th of July is not a triple-digit 4th of July, because it was definitely much nicer for all the participants and the people who were out and about paying attention to it. I also wanted to say Mayor Hepburn and I both are the council liaisons for the Active Transportation Committee. It is open to anyone who wants to attend. We just had a meeting last July 11th, so last Wednesday? Tuesday?
Yeah.
What, Tuesday? Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So it is open. So if you are interested in, the byways and the highways that go through our city, what's happening with pedestrian walkways, what's happening with other modalities of transportation within our city, please feel free to come and see what's going on. And that way, also, if there are openings on that particular committee, you can kind of get a flavor for what you can be involved in. But it's a good group of folks, so highly recommend if you are available. I also wanted to announce that there is a blood drive tomorrow, and I'm looking at Rick because he very kindly gave blood, I think the last time I announced that there was a blood drive. But it will be taking place here at City Hall tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 3. And it's also in conjunction with Shark Week, so I think there's some fun stuff related to sharks if you like that. But if you are available and you are willing, please consider coming by to give blood, because it does really make a difference, and we really do appreciate it. I'm not available to give blood again until August, since I just gave blood, but if you are willing to share that information, it is, I think, to your point, on social media as well, so if you want to share it out, please do. We'd love to have a lot of people come. And then the last announcement, or the last FYI I would like to give, is the Laverne Canine Foundation is holding a cornhole tournament to raise funds on August 12th, and it's going to be at Laverne Brewing, so you can support a local business and drink beer. I was going to say help raise funds for the dog, but that too. So you can knock out a whole bunch of birds with one stone. So if you are available, I believe it's $40 for a team to participate. So please come on out. And as always, be kind, have a good summer, stay cool. And I think if you don't have air conditioning for whatever reason, we still have the cooling centers going periodically. Half of the building?
Yeah, not in this part of the building, but the community center will be, and we always put that out on social media when those are open.
Yeah, and I know that, not to be silly, but some people really don't have AC, and it does get really hot, and it's really unbearable. So please come and make use. We do make that available. So.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Lau. Again, ditto to what she said. I'm not going to rehash. George May, congratulations. That's wonderful. And 740 Foothill, let's all keep up the fight. It's not over yet. It's never over until that last, signature or that call. A lot of comments were made. It's a serious issue that, and it's not because of us not wanting homeless. It's just the fact of where they want to put it. It's not the right place. I even said at the meeting, it's not the right place. It needs to go somewhere else. So hopefully our city managers can work on that, and we'll involve everybody else as soon as we find out what's going on. Staff and everybody again in our employee groups, thank you very much for the agreements. Yvonne and your staff, Community Services Director Yvonne Duran, thank you very much. Thank you for this proclamation this month. We have some of the finest parks if you want to see them. There's always people at them every hour of the day, except midday sometimes they're not there. But early in the morning and in the evening, they're always there. So, but thank you for what you guys do and your staff. We really appreciate it. Public Works Director Meg McWade, nice job. I wrote all sorts of stuff down, and I can't read it anymore. I know, you can't read it anymore. Again, good luck to the boys team this tomorrow, and good luck to Riley. And we do truly live in a wonderful community. And I remember, you see something, say something, please. You see the graffiti, you see a homeless individual. You know what? Until we have laws that we can help those people to get in a sustained situation, and the mentally ill, or the people that are sick, or the drug abuse situation, or just the critically homeless, and our governor makes the CARE Act where we can get those people off the streets, where we can get them safely. We need to continue to enforce that they are not allowed to do the things they're doing on our streets, and especially to our public and to our places of business. So with that, our next scheduled meeting is, I lost my place, guys. Help me out here. I got it right here. Our next regular scheduled meeting will be at Laverne City Council, scheduled for Monday, August 7th at 5:30 p.m. We are adjourned. 5:30. Is that correct, Mr. Domer? We have obviously a meeting, and then our regular meeting will be at 6:30 p.m. following that. Thank you all. We're adjourned at 8:31 p.m. Thank you all for being here.